Help me. Help me.
I cannot stress enough how important it is to stay up to date with your weekly shots.
It's just the government forcing us to take more vaccines, treating us like lab mice.
Go, next.
It is bad enough that I have to drive through that shithole you call a home to get here to your home.
Mr. Bivens, our records show you are not up to date on your immunity booster shots.
You're the ones that caused this mess in the first place.
Step down! Everybody, take a step down!
You are a risk to Mr. Bivens and every other patient that is here.
You're here to take away our kid.
They're everywhere!
Because you think my wife and I are infected.
No, wait, don't touch me! Don't touch me! This isn't the way you're supposed to treat people!
From sea to shining sea.
Shit crazy, smoke to get my mind right. Chillin', trying to get my grind right. Fight for respect, smoke just to chill.
What's up, guys? Sergeant G here from the Stone Vet, man. Happy Friday to you guys, man. Shit's getting windy here in Oklahoma today, man. We got winds up to 70 miles an hour, man. But hey, it's like the song says, right? The wind comes sweeping through the plains. Hopefully no tornadoes, man. Ain't the season yet. Not till like March, April, May, June time frame, man. Hopefully that's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully the winds just stay windy and not fucking tornadic. You know what I'm saying, man? It's Friday. We made it through the week. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your will enjoy your weekend, man. Like I said, man, every Friday, man, you know how it is when you were serving active duty. You get on that Friday and guess what? Everybody's like, whose house we going to? What we drinking? Who's doing a barbecue tonight? You know, that's how it always was. At least in the core, that's how it was, you know. Today, man, I got the honor of bringing Juston Graber here, man. Writer, actor, producer, man. I told you I fucked that up, man. I done nothing.
No, that's good. That works too. It's all right,
man.
I probably write more than I act, I think. I don't know.
There you go. He's a writer, man. You guys may have seen him across Facebook, man. That guy's making a name for himself across Facebook. He's got a lot of films and stuff coming out, man. He's actually doing what he wanted to do in life, man. I think that's our biggest challenge after we get out is figuring out what the hell am I supposed to do now that I've got out of the military. I ain't got Sergeant G telling me what to do anymore, man. I got my own life now. I have to figure out how do I go to work? Where do I go to work? What do I do? What do I need to do, man? Juston here he became an actor, man. He became a writer and a producer now, man. He's doing some awesome things, man. He's got a lot of work going on right now, man. Hey, Juston, how you doing this Friday?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. You know, I got some writing I got to do today. So like a little bit of work, a little bit of play too. I got some friends coming over, like just like in the Marine Corps you guys do over there. Army does it too. We got some people coming over to do a little bit of drinking, a little bit of trip, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely,
good
man. That's what it always is. It's that camaraderie, man. I think after we get out, man, it's hard to find the people that we can relate to on a regular basis on a Friday night to be able to sit around and shoot the shit with, you know. It's like I always say at every show, man. My wife always tells me I'm almost 40 years old. She's like, you need to go make friends. Who the hell am I supposed to make friends with? I said, if I talk to another 40-year-old guy, he gonna tell me he ain't done shit in his life. He's been working the same place for the past 40 years, for the past 20 years, doing the same job that he's been doing since he was freaking 18 years old, man. I don't know. I was like,
my mom rents the apartment upstairs from the basement I own.
Right, absolutely, man. And that's the biggest struggle, man. I'm like, I can't relate to half these people that, you know. I mean, even serving on the Army and the Marine Corps, man. We always had that numb nut. We're just like, I don't even want to hang out with this guy, man. He's an asshole. He's annoying as shit or whatever. But we got his back if he gets in trouble. I mean, you know, we got his back. You know, it's like I don't want to hang out with his ass. You know.
Yeah.
So Juston he's been doing a little bit of acting and writing and producing lately, man. How do you get into something like that, man? What was your goal when you got into it? Like you said, I want to be an actor. Like I think I can do this, man, because that's a tough industry to get into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, there's like I got out of the military, and just like a lot of people who get out struggle with the transition and stuff like that. I was fortunate because I had a buddy who, David Turco, who I talked into joining the military. We went to high school together in Buffalo, New York. At the time of me getting out in 2012, he was still stationed in Savannah, Georgia, and he kept calling me and hounding me. Like, me talking him into joining the military kind of changed his life for the better and my own, because we came from we grew up in like kind of poor, you know. So there wasn't a lot of options. Like, I knew I couldn't afford to go straight to college. You know, there's no me getting any scholarships or anything like that. Another buddy talked me, Matt Young, talked me into joining the military, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like this is what they got to offer and stuff like that." I went and talked to the recruiter. I was supposed to get the promotion for David joining, but Dave was a year older than me, so he joined before like I did, and then he got the promotion for me joining, which was like really backwards, but I guess that happens sometimes.
Hey,
but,
you're already getting screwed by the green weenie, man.
I know, right? Like, this is my friend and stuff. But yeah, like I was saying, when I got out in 2012, he was stationed in Savannah, Georgia. He kept calling me, hounding me. He's like, "What's your plan? You need to plan, dude. If you're gonna get out of the military, you need to plan." And I'm like, "I don't have a plan, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do." And he's like, "Why don't you go to school? Use your GI Bill." And I was like, "I don't want to go to school with a bunch of kids that are 10 years younger than me that don't have any life experience." And he was like, "You're an idiot. They pay you to go to school. Use your GI Bill." And I was like, I don't think that's gonna be me. I moved back in with my dad. And then like a week later, Dave calls me back and he's like, "Yo, dude, I need your social security number." And I'm like, "The fuck do you need that for?" "All right, here it is, whatever." And then a week later, he calls me. He's like, "Yo, you got a start date. Pack your shit. You're moving in with me. You're starting school at Savannah College of Art and Design. I already did orientation as you. So when you get here, I'll show you around campus and stuff." Savannah actually doesn't really have a campus. They just have buildings all over the city. So I started school for acting there. He's like, because I always told him like I wanted to be an actor. A lot of my friends in the military told me like you should pursue this. Like you have the charismas for it. You know, we could see you on the big screen. So it's like I guess I felt like indebted to them. Like it was kind of like almost passed out for me in a sense. But a big part of me wanted to be an actor too. So like I knew that I wanted to get some good training under my belt. So I mean like freaking I was just in Buffalo auditioning for stuff. I actually auditioned for the first thing I auditioned for was an independent film that I booked the lead role for, and then they Google searched me. I got into some trouble in my second deployment overseas. That resulted in a court martial and some jail time, reduction in rank and stuff like that. But that's like all over the internet. So they saw that and they're like, no, we're not going to use you now. Sorry, go fuck yourself. And I was like, I tried to fight that battle and lost.
You're not Robert Downey Jr., dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know it was bad, but I mean that was a blessing in disguise, because the independent film that I would have worked on, I saw some of their other work and it's piss poor, like way below B-level production value stuff.
And now that you're in it, now that you're producing, I bet you see more about it now. You're like, what is this garbage?
Yeah. I mean, like, hats off to them, because it does, like, me producing and understanding like what it takes to get a movie done. Like, I know the hard work that goes behind it, but the other part of me, like the military part, is probably like, like if you're not going to do it right, why do it at all?
Right.
But some people are trying, so you don't want to badmouth them too much. But no, like, like some things are all blessings in disguise. I met a girl in Savannah who brought me out to LA because she's from Orange County. We dated and then broke up. She cheated on me with one of her coworkers. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm pretty sure it is. She was with the guy now, I think. I don't know. I stopped Facebook stalking her. But then I prayed to God one night. I got down on my knees and I was like, I need something. Like, this is post graduation, 2 years post graduation. Her and I broke up, and I prayed. I was like, I need something in my life, something good. And then I ran into Drew on the fucking street, and so God gave me Drew instead of a new girl.
Right.
I mean, I guess I could have sex with Drew, but he doesn't want to have sex with me. I don't want to have sex with him, so that part wouldn't work out, I don't think. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, like, met him on the street. It was on Hollywood Boulevard. I was shopping for a short film that's I hope it comes out soon. It's a different project, working with different people. Some people work slower than others, which is fine. Obviously, when there's not a lot of money behind a project too, like that, there are certain factors that will prevent a film from coming out. So this other film's still in post-production right now. It's been in post-production for over a year. It's called Shift. It should come out soon. I think. I hope. I don't know. Part of my voice in that was kind of taken away, but I mean that happens too in films every once in a while. But that's another reason why, like, I'm fortunate and glad that I met Drew, because Drew wanted to start doing more serious projects. We co-wrote Orisha together, a short film that's on Amazon Prime now, and got it done in like 3 months. We, from writing to producing, post-production, wrapped up. The entire year of 2020, it was in film festivals. It won Best Horror, Best. I think Drew got a Best Actor or he won Best Actor. I got a Best Actor nomination. Our actress in it got Best Actress. It won Best Sound Design. Like, we know what we're doing. Drew's really good at like the post-production side of things and screening people and like hearing people's demo reels when it comes to like sound design and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, this guy's dope. This guy's probably not what we're going to use right now. Maybe we could use him for something different. And things are just like, they fall into place really well. And things just click when we work together. We don't always agree. Like we'll sit and argue about stuff and like, I don't know if this is working or not. I don't know if this is working or not. But since we've been since we met October of 2019, we've done 5, I think, like 4 or 5 short films. Spread was just completed, and that's going to go into the 2021 film festival, and we'll be able to release that. But we shot these during the pandemic too. We're like giving in unprecedented times and stuff like that, like making sure people were standing 6 feet apart and like washing their hands, and if they're not on screen wearing masks. For Spread, it was easier because that story takes place during a pandemic. So everybody was wearing masks anyway, except for the homeless people in the film, because like throughout the film, we slowly find out that homeless people are the key to the cure, to this made up cure called Truci Morbis. And I was sitting on this idea for a long time. Like, before the pandemic, we started writing this. And then when COVID hit, me and Drew were like, we need to finish this. And this needs to be our next film that we get out. And we did it. We made it happen. We shot Heist. Heist is on Amazon Prime. And we're kind of shooting these short films as proof of concept, so hopefully pitch to bigger production companies so they could buy the feature-length version of the scripts that we're writing, and hopefully make a better name for ourselves. I mean, we've already gotten like good reviews, pretty good reviews on Amazon Prime, on IMDb. Some people talk shit, but people are going to talk shit. You're
always going to have your critics, man. You're always going to have your critics. The people think they can do better than everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like some of those critics aren't true critics either. They're not offering any like, this is what's working, this is what's not working. It's just like fuck you comments, like stick to comedy or something like that. It's like, maybe you shouldn't say that. Maybe you should do some more research and find out. Like, I actually have a theatrical background, but. Yeah, it is what it is. Man. People are gonna say shit. People are always gonna say shit. Everybody gonna criticize somebody for something all the time, man. I can only imagine. I mean, especially with the Stone Vet. Like I said, I'm not big yet, but I'm waiting to see when the critics start coming out and say, "Who the fuck are you? What do you think? You ain't done this. You ain't done that." And then hey, it happens. It's gonna happen. People are gonna hate on you no matter what, either because they don't like you or they're jealous of you. One or the other. They like you or they jealous of you. Plain and simple, man. So the films that you and Drew are doing, man, what is it steered more towards? Is it like more dramas, more horrors, more? Yeah. So it's like more drama. Like we're kind of dabbling in a lot of different genres. So the first one, first short film we did with Orisha was horror. And I don't know if that was. I think we talked about something like that where like a lot of really good actors and a lot of good people get their start in horror. Like Johnny Depp and some of the greats, some of the other greats. So we decided to do horror first. Drew had the idea of the storyline and story arc of 3 characters that are one in particular. My character is going through like a stigmata because he and I'm actually kind of the antagonist in the story. Is like my ignorance to faith is what's the antagonist of the story. Like I rip some beads off of this guy at a bar. I don't normally drink, but when I do, I get like boisterous and loud and rowdy. So I ripped the beads off this guy at a bar, and then it turns out this guy's a Santero who practices Santeria, but like the dark side of it. So like I get possessed by Shango, the one of the Orishas, and I have to try to battle that demon. But I end up I don't want to ruin it. Go watch the movie. It's on
Absolutely,
Amazon Prime.
dude. No, yeah, you're telling me all. I'm like, let me hear it, so I know what to expect.
Exactly.
You know, that's the thing, man. So when you're getting into this writing and stuff, like you probably spend a lot of your day just sitting there writing, huh? Like thoughts are going through your head and you're putting it down on paper. So maybe one day you could compile them all together and actually create something, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like, so being in the industry, like I recently joined SAG last year, the Screen Actors Guild. So like I'm part of the actors union now, but like with coronavirus and stuff like that, there's not a lot of jobs and the competition's high. So I got sick of going to auditions and auditioning, and I want this to work for myself, right? So like I go to all these auditions, I audition, I get the callbacks. Sometimes I get like pinged, so they're like, hey, what's your availability? You're in the top selects, and then not booking at the end of it. And it's frustrating. Every actor goes through it, you know.
Oh shit, yeah.
But it comes down to like I think the actress from OA, like her and somebody else wrote the OA on that Netflix that was like a couple years ago that was really big. She went through the same thing, and eventually you get sick of it, and either you quit or you find a way to make it work. And writing has become my way to make it work, because like I'll just write for myself. I'll get actors who need scenes for the reels. We'll get together, write a scene, and get it shot. Because I've learned how to edit on my own. I don't have to pay out the wazoo for an editor.
No shit. I know.
Learning sound. Yeah.
I know the feeling. I edit all my shows, and if you edit it, because I can edit it and I can put my touch to it versus giving it to somebody else to edit it for me, and then I look at it like, this ain't even what I wanted, man.
Exactly. Yeah. And like there are really good editors out there too, but it's like I think it's come down to that, especially in like today's day and age and today's society. It used to be like if you want to be good at something, you have to like pour your heart and soul into that one thing. But with like acting, like if you don't hit the lottery with the casting director, if your nose looks like one of their ex-boyfriend's nose, and that's subconsciously what's like keeping you from getting this job, you know, like you're too tall and they don't like tall people anymore because like somebody stepped on them on their toe or something like that. It's like you have to learn how to do it all. And like I could see both sides of the argument where like if I spent more time investing into like my craft as acting, of course, yeah, I'm gonna be a better actor. But I don't have that time to devote to that yet. So I have to learn how to do everything good enough, just good enough to where people can see it and recognize it and see that there's work going into it. Whether it be learning how to color, and edit, or learning how to like try to fix the sound. Sound is the worst.
Sound is a bitch, dude. I'm telling you
sound is so hard. Yeah. But I could do a little bit. I could do a little bit, just enough. To get it to where it needs to be, and hopefully the right people see it, and I get picked up, and I don't have to do it anymore. I could just work and focus
be the
on
actor,
acting.
right? Producer, actor. A lot of those guys though now, even like the mainstream shows that are out there now, a lot of those guys are producers on those shows. They're the actor and the producer.
Yeah.
And I mean that alone, right?
Seth Rogen or whatever, he's producing a lot of stuff now, and he was just an actor before.
Yeah, and and I don't know the first thing about acting. And I told my wife we watch Friends. I love Friends. I love that shit. That shit is hilarious. They got a lot of good shit in there. And I was like, how do these guys remember all these lines? Like, I can't remember to wipe my ass half the time when I'm taking a shit, let alone let alone try to remember a whole script. I mean, that's a talent.
Yeah.
That's what I said. People who are actors, that's a talent, dude. Like,
I mean, if you think about it, like, I was talking to you before. I don't know if that was in the recording. Where like there's parallels within the military and in the film industry, and with acting, it's the board. Like when you go to the board, you have to memorize like all your creeds, all the like FMs and all that stuff, and like they drill you on that, and you have to know it. most people, like including myself, I'm sure, brain dump a lot of that stuff right after you
shit,
walk
right?
out. But get the points and leave. And that's kind of, I think that's where like the parallel of acting is, or like where when you're a drill sergeant and you have to like smoke all these privates all the time, but they're doing something that makes you want to freaking bust out laughing, but you gotta keep yourself
You gotta
composed
keep it
and
calm and cool,
like
right?
knife hand, knife hand to the face. There are parallels with acting in the military that not the normal infantryman or like the normal military men or woman, sorry, might you might not think about it until you start like diving into a different craft. And yeah, so like those people who are transitioning from the military and trying to get out, like they there are parallels within your military job that you can bring over to your civilian life. It's not going to be easy to figure out, but it's on you to figure it out.
Absolutely, that's the biggest thing. I think that's a struggle, man. Is that when you're in, somebody's feeding you. They're continuously feeding you. Hey, you need to do this. You got to do this. This is what we're doing today. This is how we're
Yeah,
doing. You know, and then when you get out, that's when it gets to the point where like nobody's feeding you no more. Now you have to feed yourself like a freaking
yep,
like you're grown now. Now you got to feed yourself.
yep,
It's like, what do I feed myself? What am I into? What do I like?
yeah,
That's the biggest thing. Because I mean, you spent some time in the military. You spent some time in the army. I ain't gonna make no jokes, but you spent your time in the army, man. You know,
yeah.
what was it that you did while you were serving in the army?
Oh, I was a population control specialist.
Population. What the hell is that? You tell people where to go and where not to go.
11 Bravo infantry. No, 11 Bravo infantry. I've civilianized the term to make it seem more civilianized, so people, that's what I tell civilians when they ask me. I'm like, yeah, I was just a population control specialist. For like, did you hand out bullet or like condoms? You handed out condoms? It's like, yeah, in bullet form every day. Sorry, you dead. You can't be alive no more. No.
So you did some stuff. So there you go. You say a population control specialist. So, but even then, I mean, you think about it and you're like, well, I was just a grunt. I was just a Bravo, or I was just, in the Marine Corps, I was an O3. What am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to do now that I'm a civilian? Because how can I relate to that? How can I relate my job skills? And a lot, that's
You
what a
do a
lot
lot
of it
of like,
is.
yeah, you do a lot of training as a grunt. You train on a lot of people like give grunts like a hard time or whatever, like, oh, you're so stupid, or you guys eat crayons and shit like that. But like when you think about all of the equipment that you learn how to use, like you have to be cross trained on how to change tires for your Humvees. You got to be cross trained on the Blue Forest tracker, the OE254s, all those radios and stuff like that, ANCDs. You got to know how to use that. It's not that like dumb of a job. It doesn't take a doorknob to do it. You have to have some kind of smarts to do that job. I mean, there are some doorknobs in the infantry. There are a lot of them.
No,
but
absolutely, there are, man. But like, you're absolutely right, dude. Like, there's a lot of damn training. You do a lot of training. Yeah, that's the
mhm,
biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like me, like I said, I'm applying for jobs left and right just so I can get my promotion, so I can get out of where I'm at. So I can experience something new. And like you
mhm,
said, when you go to your freaking gigs to try to get a part, and they're like, oh, I'll give you a call back, give you a call back, and then after a while, you're like, fuck, I never got the call back for this. Like, they didn't select me for this shit. I deal with this on a regular basis. I'll go to
yeah.
interviews. I'll interview. They're like, no, you were excellent in the interview. We just picked somebody else. Why the fuck you pick somebody else, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? I said,
Yeah.
I got military experience. I'm disabled, and I got a degree,
Yeah.
which you guys stress to me about all the time. You gotta have a degree. You gotta have a degree. You gotta have a degree. And
Yeah.
but you go and pick somebody else who ain't got shit, who ain't got nothing on me. And I'm like, it gets frustrating, dude. Like you said, it gets frustrating. Like you said, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna start writing. Then I'm gonna start writing my own shit then, so I can get seen somewhere. And that's a lot of the things, and like you saying, with all the
Mhm.
training that you take, that you endure while you're in service, you got to think about all that crap. And that's how you can put on your
Yeah.
resume that you're said easy, able to learn very easily.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like it's crazy because like I kind of always had that mindset of like I'll just do it myself. If nobody else is gonna take me in, I'll do it myself. Like when I was in school, obviously it's like one of the hardest things in college is to try to like mingle in with a bunch of kids that are 10 years younger than you that don't have any life experience. I auditioned for improv troops and I wasn't getting in these improv troops. I did it for 2 years because improv is like it's a tool that you need to have as an actor. I went to UCB, which is an improv school, Second City improv school, to better myself at improv, and then went back to USC to audition for these improv troops again. Still didn't get in. And I was like, all right, fuck you guys. I'm gonna make my own fucking improv troupe. And then I did that there. We called it Pretty Not Bad. That eventually became like a YouTube channel that we did like self-deprecating humor. We did a YouTube channel for a little bit with sketches with that, which is like, it's tough to build a YouTube channel. Let me tell you, I have no clue how it works or
no, it's
whatever,
tough, dude. I'm trying to do it right now myself, trying
Yeah.
to get people to come over and subscribe with me, man. Like I said, I've been blessed to team up with Veteran Trash Dog. He was on the show not too long ago, and they said, "Hey, we need a Marine Corps Wednesday episode." And so I've got the honor of doing an episode every Wednesday for them. A little 12, 15 minutes, and little 15-minute episodes for them to just. I think I blow up a little bit. I get a little political on that side on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's okay.
I get a little political. Just to try to get people over the hump, over that Wednesday hump, man. Wednesday, sometimes Wednesdays can either be good or it could be like, motherfucker, this week is taking too damn long to finish. You know? And so it's tough trying to build a YouTube channel, trying to get people over there to subscribe and watch your shows and hang out with you for a little bit, man. And that's the whole part. I tell people, I say, look, you ain't even got to watch my show, dude. Just turn it on. You get lonely. You you just want some background noise. Just turn it on, man. I always get somebody on there with me just to hang out, just to hear a familiar voice. Because me being a fucking jarhead, I said I got two tours to the desert. Me personally, my wife always gets mad. She's like, "Why is the TV on? What are you watching?" I said, "I ain't watching shit. I just got the TV on just because background noise. I just need a background noise to keep me to make it feel like I'm not alone. Like there's something on. Like everything's busy, busy. And some people like peace and quiet. I'm like, nah, I need the noise. I got 7 kids in the house, man. So my house is always noisy. There's always kids running around screaming. So it can get crazy, man. It can get crazy,
Yeah.
So, you got a lot of. You say you got a lot of short films coming out here soon, right? This year.
Yeah. Well, So Spread's gonna be released in 2022 because this whole year we want to have it compete in like Sundance. Hopefully we get in the Sundance, TIFF, and a lot of the other bigger film festivals to get more recognition. And we're actually looking for a publicist right now to help us with that aspect. Hopefully we find one. I mean, like we don't really. I mean, the thing with getting into the bigger film festivals, if you don't have like a named actor attached to your project, which none of us are named actors yet, even though we have IMDb's and we're working our asses off. It's tough to get in. And if you don't know somebody, like that's part of this industry too. Like you'll find out like, what's that dude's name? Frickin' the 2 sons of fucking Clint Eastwood's son is in that frickin' Outland or whatever Outpost movie.
Yeah.
And not only his son, but also Mel Gibson's son, and they're terrible. They're just terrible actors, both of them. I'll say that out loud. I don't give a. They suck in that movie.
But their dad, who are their dads?
But their dads are in the industry, so they get in the industry too.
Absolutely, I don't know, they get to walk into it like it's nothing. Everything's cool.
Maybe that's one of the parallels of the film industry and the military is like in the military you only have so many slots for E6 and E7s and stuff like that. In the film industry you only have so many slots for freaking actors, and like obviously if you're the son, the offspring of somebody famous, you're a shoo-in. Good on you. But we'll keep working. We'll keep it going.
Absolutely, man. It's tough. It's tough when you see that shit. Like, motherfucker, you get everything. You get seen and that's it. Like, your daddy is so and so. So guess what? You go get that slot that they had available for you. You're like, son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, we might have we're writing a couple of other short films. We're working on one called Together Apart, which is a post-apocalyptic kind of like The Last of Us vibe. We're working on Psalm 23, which is like another like crime kind of drama, suspense thriller. Drew wants to shoot that in South America, so we might go to South America
to shoot that.
We want to. We would rather do that than film it in the United States and just put an orange tint over it like Breaking Bad did. Because everything.
Come on, man.
everything in Mexico has an orange tint on it, right? I don't know. And then we got a couple other ones in the tank that we want to pull out too. We're working we're waiting on approval for Vet TV for a six episode episodic. We're writing for them that we're both.
Oh no
gonna
shit!
star
So
in.
you're actually gonna get associated with Vet TV as well?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's good, man. I know that jarhead over there. I've been trying to get him to come on my show too. I can't get a hold of any of them motherfuckers. They're too big for me now. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I ain't coming on your sorry ass podcast. You ain't got enough viewers on your podcast yet. You know?
Yeah, it's funny.
It happens. It happens. It's all right. You'll come on eventually. I'll get you on eventually. It's all right.
Yeah.
We'll get you on here.
Yep.
You know?
Just keep working, keep grinding. You know,
That's it, man. That's the biggest thing is you just have to keep grinding at doing stuff, man. You know, like I said, the whole purpose I do this show is to build my community. You got to build the veterans got to build his community around him, you know, because don't nobody understand us better than our own brothers and sisters, you know, dealing with the shit that we deal with on a regular basis. A lot of it's like, fuck, dude, like it's a hard day. And today was a hard day, dude. I just need somebody to bullshit with me for a little bit just to get my mind off it, to get me right, get me where I need to go, you know. And you and another freaking army guy, man, Drew over there, both you guys, you guys can relate to each other. I mean, it's hard to find somebody that gets you, and understands where you're at and where you want to go, where you want to be, because you guys are able to push each other. Be like, nope, let's do this.
Yeah,
do this, you know.
Yeah, I think it's like that. I mean, there's other vets I get along with too and stuff like that out here. I'm a member of the American Legion Post 43. There's a lot of good guys there. There's some that I don't get along with just because I don't know if it's because they've never been deployed, they don't have that kind of mentality, or it's just like I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of flaky people in Hollywood, a lot of flaky people in LA, and like I hate all that fake shit, dude. Like, well, I'm only gonna suck your dick if I know if you got something for me, you know, if you're able to help me in my career, that's the only time I'm going to be your friend. There's a lot of people out here like that, you know, which is unfortunate, but like a lot of us vets have that radar for it. You know, we're able to like find it and be like, no, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right. I ain't dealing with your stupid shit. Like it's tough. I bet, especially in the Hollywood industry. Like, I bet that's how a lot of it is like, who are you and what can you do for me type stuff, you know, where it's like, if you ain't got no pool, I don't want to waste my time with you because you ain't got no pool. Fake people suck. I hate fake people. When you know they're fake, you're just like, why, dude? Why can't you just be real with me? Just be you. Just be cool. Like you ain't gotta put a front up for me. You know what I'm saying? I said I'm a normal person. I don't give a damn. You know, I don't give a damn if you rich. I don't give a damn if you poor. If you real with me and you cool, we can hang out and bullshit. That's fine, man. Just be a normal person. Just be you. You don't need to put up a front for me. You know, that's the biggest thing. I try to be real with everybody. Just let them know, hey, what's going on, man? When I bring people on the show, I've met people I never thought I'd meet in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like you, I see you on Facebook. I'm like, this guy's like big time. He's got a huge following. You and Drew, you guys got huge followers. And I'm like, yeah, man, dude, I ain't got nobody following me. But you know, I said right now I think I'm up to 61 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I was like I said, but a lot of people, I look at all the stats on my videos and I'm getting a lot of views.
We would like to give a huge thanks to Rafa 180 for being a sponsor. Rafa 180 offers pure medicinal CBD. They walk alongside individuals to achieve a healthy lifestyle with options needed by each person. You can learn more about them on Facebook at Rafa CBD, their website www.rafa180.com, or email at rafacbd@gmail.com. They truly believe your journey matters.
But I'm not getting anybody subscribed. So I'm like, just hit the subscribe button, dude. You don't even have to watch him. Just hit the subscribe button. So YouTube's like, oh, he is somebody. He's famous. He's getting big now. He's getting a lot of people to come to our YouTube channels, you know, come to YouTube to watch. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing, you know, is just getting the recognition, doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to say, hey, look, I got Justin on the show, man. He got to come and hang out with us and tell us how he's doing in life, how he's dealing with what he dealt with while serving in the military, how he's doing it now, how he found his purpose again. He got into acting. He's into writing and producing now films that, hell, you already says on Amazon Prime. You already got something on Amazon Prime, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, two of them. Best way to find those is to search Justin.
There you go. Justin with the no, not an I, right?
Juston Graber. Because they both have names that are, I think Orisha will pop up, but yeah. My dad was drunk and couldn't draw a straight line. So thanks, Dad. And because Heist, there's a lot of different films already called Heist, so Heist is a little bit difficult to find.
Okay, but still,
but you have to buy them. They're like I think it's like $1.99 or something like that for.
Hey,
So.
There you go, man. But still, I mean, you're getting it out there. People are seeing it. People go to, and they're going to see stuff like that. Especially, are you gonna? Is that where you're gonna start pursuing more like that, or start hitting like Netflix? Because I don't know how do you get on Netflix? How do you get a show on Netflix and stuff like that?
We're still like trying to navigate how to figure all that stuff out. So for Netflix, you have to Netflix. I think it has to be a feature length. I know Hulu does allow shorts, so Hulu might be the next target for putting our stuff out, helping
Absolutely.
us
That's the thing. You got to figure out who to talk to, what is required, who do I need to talk to so I can get my stuff out here so people can see who I am and see what I'm doing. I mean, like you said, everybody has to start somewhere. You got to start at the bottom. Plain and simple. Unless you're Mel Gibson's son and Clint Eastwood's son, or
exactly,
Trump Jr. or whoever. Unless you somebody like that, unless you got recognition, unless your parents have recognition or somebody you are related to has recognition, you got to start at the bottom. You got to start with nothing, I mean, like, look at me. I've been doing this since September. I started at the bottom. I think I have my wife. I don't even know if my wife subscribed to my channel. She probably ain't even subscribed to my channel. I guarantee it. So, you know what I'm saying? But you got to start at 1, right? You start at 0 and you work yourself up. I'm up to 61 now. And maybe I can get more people to come over and start hitting that little subscribe button, And that's the biggest. You got to start somewhere. You got to figure out how do I go out there? How do I get people? That the biggest thing is marketing, dude. How are you marketing yourself? How do you go about doing that? Saying, like, this is who I am. I ain't Mel Gibson's son. I ain't Clint Eastwood's son. I ain't nobody's son. You don't want to know who my daddy is,
Yeah.
And so to be like, I got to go and I have to figure out.
It's tough, man. Like, I still don't have it all figured out, even with going to school and stuff like that,
Yeah, because I mean, you go to school and they teach you the basics. You go to school, they don't, even if you go to school to be an engineer, you go to school to be a doctor, whatever. They teach you the basics. They give you the gist of what you're supposed to be doing, but you don't actually learn it until you actually get out there and start doing it. You get your hands on it, and you start figuring it out for yourself, and you start going and like, okay, well, that I can't relate to that book. That book told me how I could get to it, but it ain't giving me an answer. Now I got to find my own answers. I got to figure out how to resolve this or how to do this myself. And it's hard. It is hard. And, it's hard trying to find your purpose again. When you, like I said, when you get out of the military, it's like, what do I do now? I always tell people, I'm trying to teach my son now, hey, start a job, dude. Start your own business. Don't work for somebody else. It sucks when you have to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
You wake up and you go do a job and you come home and you do that for 20, 30, 40 years. Then you're like, oh, I can retire now. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got that much money, but I can retire now. Like I've worked here for 40 years. And it's like, it sucks, dude. I mean, because in this country, that's what it's gotten down to is how much money you got. Do you got enough money to retire or do you have to work for the rest of your life? I said, I'm watching my parents. My parents are going to work the rest of their lives. They never put anything back in retirement. They always live paycheck to paycheck. And I think the biggest thing is knowledge, education. It is key. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I ain't going to school. I don't want to use my GI Bill. I don't want to go to school and go to hang out with kids that are calling mom and dad for money because they ain't got no money for lunch or whatever. I used my GI Bill. I did the adult learning course. It was a crash course, like 5 weeks. Each class was 5 weeks long. It's just boom, boom, boom. Every 5 weeks, a new class, new class, new class. And I went and got my degree. But I went, why? Because I needed money. They paid me good money to go sit in class one night a week.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to pay off some debt. Let me go to school, get this knocked out, get as much debt paid off as I can, and enjoy this money that's coming in that the government's paying me, paying me to go sit in class for. So I got a degree out of it. Ain't doing shit. Every job I apply for, like, I don't care. You got a degree. It happens, it happens. But like I said, like you said, you're like, I ain't going to school because I was the same way too. I was like, I ain't going to school. I don't want to go to school. What the hell?
Yeah.
I hate school, man. I was a high school dropout, dude. I don't want to go to school, That's why I joined the Marine Corps. So I didn't have to go to school.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like looking back on it, definitely enjoyed going to school though. Like, I mean, because it kind of becomes a job, like you're getting paid to go to school and paid to go learn, and you could take advantage of that. I mean, because some schools have good like freaking post-grad alumni programs that can help you get the right connections and get to where you need to go to. So USC hasn't really done that for me. I was going back and meeting with my dean once a year to like give him like updates on what I was doing and stuff like that. And he used to like, oh yeah, check these guys out, but they weren't in the same like realm, I guess, that I'm in. They didn't really do it for me. I'm like, these guys are doing stuff, but
not what I'm doing. Not my way. Not my way. Not my
not
lane.
stuff I really like. So I mean,
And it sucks.
that's
That's the biggest thing is networking. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing in life.
Yeah.
Life alone is networking. You have to
Mhm.
network with people. You have to associate yourself with like-minded people. That's why I try to tell my son. My wife's been homeschooling my son since he was freaking 4 years old. He's 16 now. And he's a senior in high school now. And I told him, I said, dude, you have to hang out with more like-minded people who are on the same path that you're on and where you want to go. I said, because if you go meet other 16-year-old kids, they're just worried about whatever the hell is popular that day. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's going around that day.
Mm-hmm.
You associate yourself with people who are trying to make a difference or trying to make a living and trying to learn, okay, I run a lawnmower business. I cut yards for a living, or I do this or I do that. When you start seeing how they're doing and you see their work ethic, then you're going to take it and you're going to be like, I want to do that. I want to do something where I can bring in money. I want to bring in my own money. I want to be able to buy a car. I want to be able to go do things that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what I tell people. Like I said, with my show, man, I've got to meet some really cool people, man. People I never would have ever talked to a day in my life. If I didn't have the show, I would have never met them. I never would have talked to them. And they're really cool people doing really great things, you know, in our community, in our veteran community. You know, I bring in a lot of nonprofits. I bring nonprofits in, people who have small businesses. People are just trying to do it. I just try to bring brothers and sisters on here, just talk about how are you doing it, man? What are you doing so the PTSD don't kick in and kick your ass that day? You know, how are you dealing with it? How do you cope with it? And maybe whatever you're doing might be able to help another brother, another sister out there's listening and say, oh man, I could do that. I never even thought about doing that. Or I'm already writing. Maybe I could write something. Maybe I could put some stuff together and try to figure out. And they know, and you know, like I said, it's a different realm. I mean, in the Hollywood industry, that's a whole different realm. Like you have to know a lot of different things. Like you said, writing, acting, producing. There's a lot of different things that you have to know a lot of things, you know, but you won't know it if you don't know the right people to talk to or who to reach out to or to see how do you do this? Why do you go about doing it? You know, and it's tough, you know, it's tough with the stuff with what you're doing. The Hollywood industry, I don't even know. Wouldn't even have a freaking leg to stand on. I'd go out there and be lost as hell. I don't want to go to LA though. I don't want to be in LA, man. I don't want to go to Cali. I meet a lot of you guys out of Cali, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go to Cali, man.
Yeah. It could be a little rough sometimes, but it's all right.
And you pretty much is that going to be home for now?
I still. Yeah, I mean, I've been here since 2014, so I like it. So it's all right. Nah, I don't think. Like, if I go back to New York, it'll be New York City to do theater or something like that. But for right now, I think the film and television is where I want to like put my main focus on. There are some. Well, there used to be theater. There used to be theater out here in LA, but ever since coronavirus, I don't think there's gonna be theater again ever. Like it has to be like live streamed theater in the theater for people to like experience theater ever again, which is unfortunate and very
sucks. Yeah, absolutely.
very sad. But
oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't do. I mean, especially. I mean, hell, they ain't even got movie theaters open anymore. You know what I'm saying? Let alone going to a play, watching a play or whatever. They're gonna have to do it online. Yeah, it's gonna have to be online. You have to pay to stream it so they can stream it.
Yeah.
Too, you know? That's crazy. So I mean, so you guys, I mean, you staying busy, man. You're doing your thing out there in LA, doing all kinds of great things, man. You got some good shows coming out. Like you said, you might be teaming up with Vet TV. Everybody knows Vet TV, man. Everybody, that freaking dark humor crap, you know what I'm saying? We do like some dark humor every now and then from time to time. We'll see it and we're like, what in the hell?
Yeah. I mean,
I thought of that before.
Yeah, the show we're trying to do with them is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be their normal the normal active duty only kind of show. There's still going to be like dark humor in there definitely, but the script we got is pretty hilarious. I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's funny as shit. So that hopefully that gets picked up soon. We're waiting to hear back on approval from them. So once we do, we're gonna
because they tell you no, you're gonna be like, you really motherfuckers? Come on now, man. We're legit. We got shit out there right
No, I mean, like they have the reasons too for saying no to things. You know, if they
of course. I mean, they're
gonna
gonna
say no to things. That's fine. And if they do, we'll crowdfund it and get it.
You start your own fucking TV channel, right? You're like, fuck it, we'll do our own damn beat TV channel. Then we'll do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? You and Drew over there get your shit together. You're like, screw it, we'll just be a competitor then. You don't want me to be a competitor.
Yeah.
You know, it happens. They think things like that though. But that's the biggest thing, man. You made a difference. You're making a difference, and you're doing your thing. And I mean, people can check you out. They can go to your YouTube channel and check out the little things you got going on there, and as well as you got your short films coming out before too long. And people are going to be like, I want to see this. Where do I go to watch this kind of stuff? I want to see this. You know,
crazy too. Like when you see like Drew will post on his channel, like we'll post a sketch or whatever, and we'll see how many like shares, comments, and like all sketch gets. But then we post something serious, and it's like no views, no comments, like very little engagement. It's like, man, like you guys out there understand we're not just comedians. We're doing more stuff. You know,
we're doing more shit. We're actually getting into a game that we're not familiar with. We're trying to get our foot in the game so people can know who we are. And that
we need the support. We need the support, especially from especially from our fucking veteran community. But,
absolutely. And that's the toughest part, man, is reaching the veteran community. Like they like, dude, just hit that subscribe button. Just hit come like, see my shit. Just for a few minutes. Just You know, it's tough. That's why I'm trying to like VTT. They had their freaking Facebook page shut down. Had like followers, you know, and I was like, son of a bitch, dude. So I did my episode this past Wednesday, and I was like, y'all, 35,000 people are following us on this on this page, and they got 900 subscribers. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like seriously, you can't just go over to YouTube. You're already subscribed. You already have an account. You don't realize you have an account, but if you have a Google email or you have an Android phone, you have an account with freaking YouTube already. All you gotta do is look it up, hit subscribe. That's it. So I was like, let's try to at least get your ass to 5,000 people. You got 35,000 followers. There's no reason why you don't have 5,000 people subscribed to your channel already, man. Let's try to figure this out and get it going. Like, get you up there, man. Get these numbers out there, because damn, veteran community is the hardest, man. The motherfuckers don't want to support nobody.
Yeah.
It's such,
especially our generation too. Like our generation of vets, they're less likely to join like a VFW or
American
Legion or whatever like that. Everyone wants to start their own thing, you know, like Team Red, White, and Blue, which they're all good organizations, you know, but there's a lot of them out there now. There's so many veteran organizations out there, and I think that might contribute to like why a lot of them are failing, is because nobody wants to like team up anymore. Everyone wants to just like start their own,
do their own shit. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I got a brother out there. He's out there. I want to say he's out there in Orange County too. Out there, he owns Hellman Valley Grow Company out there. He's doing some awesome research projects right now with the cannabis flower right now. And Brian's doing some shit. He a crazy ass jarhead though. He's seen some shit and did some shit in his career, you know. But he is doing. He's out there in California. A lot of you guys are out in California. I said, I can't do it, dude. I can't. It's too expensive to live out there, man. I can't. It is. It's super expensive to live out there. You know, it's just too liberal for me.
I have a fallback plan though. Like if I'm ever like short, I have a plan though. If I'm ever short on rent, I just suck dick for coke and I sell the coke and I get the rent money. You would think like, why not just suck dick for the money? But like that, you don't get as much money as you would with the coke that you get. Then you could cut the coke with, you know, other substances and then sell that. So that's
absolutely, man.
That's not fail proof.
You don't stop, man. It's always go, right?
Yeah. Go. Suck dick on coke, and then I can suck more dick for more coke. You're on to something. I get it.
There you go, man. You got something going for you, man. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I've enjoyed this time, man. We've been hanging out, bullshit, shooting the shit. Like I said, this is my therapy. I love doing this, being able to talk to other brothers and sisters that I'm able to bring on, because this is my therapy. It allows me to be able to just go out and just be myself and talk the way I talk, cuss the way I cuss, because my wife always tells me, you gotta stop fucking cussing. You got too many kids here in this house to be cussing the way you do. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying, I'm doing what I can, you know. I spent 9 years in the Corps, 2 tours in the desert, and it's like, it just comes out, dude. I can't help it at the time. Like, fuck. You know, I start talking to people like, oh shit, that slipped out. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it. That's what I was thinking, and it came out. I shouldn't have said it. I was thinking it, but I shouldn't have said it. And that's my biggest thing, man. It's just
Yeah.
this is my therapy. I'm able to sit around, shoot the shit with people, make new friends, make new acquaintances. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, if I didn't have the show, man, I probably would have never met you before. I'd have seen your shit, be like, that guy's funny as shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I got the show, and you're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get on here. Let's talk. Let's bullshit. Let's shoot the shit for a little bit. Give you some recognition, let people see you, what you're doing and stuff like that, and it's great, it's great. And I love it. I love it being able to do this kind of things. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been able to team up with VTT as well. You know what I'm saying? I love those guys over there. They're doing some great things as well for our community. That's our biggest goal, is trying to drop the 22 a day. I'm tired of seeing that shit every day. It's always somebody else. Oh man, my brother took his life. My sister took her. It's mostly brothers. The girls are more psycho than us, but it's mostly our brothers. But don't get me wrong, the sisters take their lives too every day, man. And that's our biggest goal, is trying to reduce the 22 a day, especially during COVID right now. Everybody's stuck at home. Everybody can't go out and bullshit no more and do the things anymore, And so it sucks. And that's the biggest goal, is trying to help everybody find a purpose. Because that's the problem with everybody. That's why people get down, and they get down and out. It's like, I don't have a purpose. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just here, but I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to be providing for somebody, or helping somebody, or doing something. What's my purpose? Why am I here? Why am I still here? What am I supposed to be doing? And that's why I do the show, man. It's to help people try to find a purpose again. Get into acting, dude. Reach out to people, talk to people, write your own shit. If you're a good actor, start writing your own shit so people can see who you are, so you can hear what you're writing about, Like you guys are comedies on Facebook, but you doing dramas and horror movies, you know what I'm saying? A different side that people probably aren't seeing on Facebook,
Yeah. Yeah, it's the whole 22 thing is sad, and so like a lot of my buddies who I deployed with, we all have a pact not to commit suicide, because my second deployment, I was with the Rocket Science on the 101st, and we went through a lot of shit over there. We saw a lot of fucked up shit. So we kind of like had the idea to like get our numbers together, kind of like an alpha roster. So if anyone's finds themselves in a dark place, like they start calling the numbers on the alpha roster in order, until somebody picks up. And I had the idea that I talked about this on Veteran Trash Talk too. Like I wanted to like make this an app, but I don't know how to make apps and shit like that. But I think it would be good to, instead of calling the 1-800 number, like that could be the last resort number, but you put 9 of your friends' numbers in there who know and understand like the mindset of suicide, and know that sometimes we all experience dark thoughts and negative thoughts. So those numbers are like, if you would get the phone call from the app, that it's like, oh, this is serious, I need to pick up. Like you need to step out of whatever office meeting you're in or something like that. But like the 10 people that who I deployed with overseas, that we all like kind of made the pact together, we all know. So like once we start getting those familiar calls, we'll pick up and like, take the time to talk to one another and shoot the shit, and go through it together, because like you're never really alone. Everyone goes through shit, but the reason why there's 10 numbers is like someone might be busy, someone might be doing something. Life gets in the way sometimes, like it's impossible to make yourself 100% available for your friends and family like 100% of the time, because life gets in the way. But that's why there's 10 numbers, No,
absolutely.
And there could be more. It could be more numbers. Like if you have more friends, like if you want to try that out, like we have a group text too that we're always shooting the shit together, and keeping tabs on one another and shit like that,
And that's the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, life gets in the way. You do. I mean, if you got your own wife, you got your own kids.
Go seek counseling.
Yeah, I mean, and don't be afraid to get counseling, dude. I just graduated in a program that my job made me go to. They made me go see a substance abuse counselor because I smoked marijuana to deal with the shit that's wrong with me. And they said, well, our job doesn't allow you to do that, but now that you beat us because they tried to fire me and I beat them. And they're pissed because I beat them, because I hit them with their own freaking agreements they had with the union and stuff like that. I slapped them in the face with it. They got pissed. So they're like, all right, one of the things you have to do, you have to go see a substance abuse counselor. I said, for marijuana? I said, marijuana is legal in the fucking state. God, you gonna make me jump through the hoops to find stuff. You know, I found one person. It cost me $50, but I found a person. They said, "Yeah, we can help you out." I said, "You better for $50. You better just
Yeah.
sign off on some shit saying, okay, yeah, he's went through our training and went through our counseling, and he's good now." You know,
Mm-hmm.
I spent 4 weeks talking to a guy. He's a young guy too, and he's just like we just shot the shit. We didn't talk about anything else. We're just shooting the shit, talking football and stuff, politics and football and stuff like that. And that was great. You know, it was a good time. You know, I was like, you know, you feel like you've met a good person. Like, hey, there's good people in this world still. You know, so I
Yeah,
graduated
yeah.
from that, but the VA gave me two. The VA's giving me 2 counselors and a psychiatrist now, and I was like, damn it, dude. I hate talking about my emotional feelings. It sucks. It
Yeah.
it sucks when you have to get deep into your emotional feelings or why you're feeling the way you do. Because I said there's days, dude. I mean, last year at the end of the year, last year it got hard. It was to a point I was going to kill people. Like I was like, if I ever see you outside, I'm gonna hurt you pretty badly. And I'm probably gonna get
Mm-hmm.
in jail for it. You know, but
Yeah, it does suck sometimes, but you got to do it, and like you can't quit on it either. Like I went through a few different counselors before I found one who, which sucked because he ended up retiring on me, but he was a Vietnam vet and who had combat experience. So like going to him and talking to him was like going to see one of my buddies and shooting the shit with them. Just because one counselor is not really good at it because they don't understand it. There are I'm seeing a lot more combat experienced veterans who are becoming counselors, which is great. Like you got to find your niche, and maybe counseling is not your thing. I found a program merging vets and players through Nate Boyer, former Green Beret, out here in LA, and he's setting up chapters all over the United States. I think that they have a chapter in Chicago, they have one in Las Vegas, and what they do is they get together like with former athletes, because he found that there's a parallel between vets, military men who get out, and women who get out of the military, and athletes who are not re-signed a contract with trying to transition back into the civilian life. There's a parallel of like the mental state that we're in. So he, because he also used to play for the Seahawks, so he made merging vets and players, where vets and former athletes get together, work out for 20 minutes, and then there's everyone gets on the mat and you just shoot the shit, talk about like feelings and shit like that. Some people like break down or cry. Other people will chime in with some advice, because like I was saying before, like you're never going through anything alone. There's so much like human connection. I think that's probably what attracts me to acting, is like that human connection, like within a scene. Like everyone's like, oh, you're acting, but you're really not acting. Good actors don't act. You're living truthfully under these imaginary circumstances, and you're pulling from your own experiences, and you're pouring all of that out on the table into the scene, into your scene partner, to help each other out and make something memorable. So there's different like therapies you can find, that can like be in lieu of counseling. But I still do counseling, even though I found like acting and all these other things
absolutely.
that I
And you
dabble
have
in.
to. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of nonprofits out there. I didn't realize there's so many veteran nonprofits, man. I had Travis Johnson come on my show. He is an active duty Navy officer out here at Tinka, and he owns the nonprofit Architect. This guy's a millionaire, dude. He's rich as shit. He's got it down. He figured it out. He figured out how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But he'll tell you, dude. He said you will not realize. He said, how many veteran nonprofits do you know? I was like, I don't know. He's like, the DAV, freaking American Legions. He said, and what, Wounded Warrior? He said, that's what you know. He said, it's like 22,000 veteran nonprofits in the U.S. I bet you didn't know that. I was like, hell no, I didn't know there was that many. He said, and they keep going up. There's still more, and there's more, and there's more, And I've had the honor. I've had Battle 22 on my show. He's an Army guy. He does outdoor stuff. He does the hunting and the fishing and all the crazy stuff, And then I got another guy. He's a jarhead just like myself. He does Tackle 22. He's a fishing guy. He's over there in I want to say he's out in Savannah, Georgia. That's where he's at. He works out there in Savannah, Georgia. And he does fishing trips for active duty and veterans that are out there. Free fishing trips. He said, you just give me a call. I'll let you know when I'm going to the lake. You meet me out the lake. He said, we'll get on the boat and we'll just go fishing. I was like, damn, dude. And he's like, I provide lunch and everything, dude. He's a nonprofit. He's got people supplying him money though to be able to pay for the boat, to pay for the gas to take the boat, the lunches and all the lures and fishing rods and everything.
Yeah.
And like you said, there are nonprofits out there, and that's what one of the things that that people don't understand is that you have to go around your community and see what is out there. Where you live. I guarantee you, like talking to Travis, I guarantee you there's a nonprofit, a veteran nonprofit out there for veterans. I guarantee it. The way he's saying it, 22,000 in the US, there, wherever you're at, I guarantee you there's one close to you that you're not aware of. And that's the biggest thing, marketing, right?
Yeah, Vince Vargas just launched Veteran. That's focusing on the
you know, and
like I was saying, Vince.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Vince Vargas just he just launched Veteran, which is focusing on the transition process between military and civilian life. Because I mean, obviously, we all know that what is it like? You go to basic training 6 to 9 weeks or whatever, sometimes longer, depending on your AIT. But and then you go to when you go to out process, it's like 3 days to a week, maybe. Like, all right, you're trained. See you later. Go fuck yourself. So there's plenty of organizations out there. You just gotta search and find them.
And
if you're struggling,
that's the hardest part. I was talking with another guy of mine, actually my VA rep. I was actually talking to him. He's that guy knows the VA inside and out. Like, if you're trying to get your freaking disability raised and you're trying to get what you think you've earned, there's a guy to talk to. But he just told me, he's like, I just resigned, dude. I said, shut up. He's like, no, I couldn't do it no more. He said, it sucks, And I was like, with everything that you know about the VA, though, all the CFR codes and what you need to ensure that you get the disability rating that you deserve. I mean, we fight it. Veterans are fighting it every day. We're fighting the VA. Hey, dude, this is the shit that's wrong with me, but you don't want to pay me for it now because why? I said, I joined the Marine Corps at 17 years old. Everything that's wrong with me is because of the Marine Corps. That's what, so I'm not going to argue. It is. But when I go and put in for the disability, you're telling me it's not service connected? Bullshit. I was 17 when I joined. How are you telling me this ain't service connected injuries,
Yeah.
But he knows the codes inside and out. I said, I got to put pen to paper and we got to figure out, because in the Marine Corps, they used to call it TAPS. Whenever you're getting ready to get out, they called it TAPS. Like, you're getting out of the military. This is the classes you need to take before you get out. So you know how to better prepare yourself when you get out. And like I said, I was watching I was watching VTT the other day, and they had a Semper Vigilant on there. And these guys write resumes. They write resumes for your job, what you did. They're able to translate it over from military jargon to civilian jargon. So you're able to get a job. You're able to write. They're able to help you with the resume. And I was like, I got to put some pen to paper because there's resources out there. And if we can get people trained up and actually go into all these military bases where there's active duty service members and they're about to exit active duty life to help somebody write their resume for them, help them get the VA disability that they've earned while serving and have a better foot out the door, then I bet you we can help reduce that number of 22 a day. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel more confident when they leave service saying, I got a resume that looks legit, that I can go and apply for a job. They can tell you, okay, this is where you have a better shot of getting a job at doing these kind of things. You can present them a resume. They help you write. And then not only that, you got your disability coming in while you're trying to find that job to help you funding and stuff like that. You feel a little bit more confident when you exit active duty. Because a lot of people get out, like you said, hey, you got 3 days. You got to go through all this training in 3 days so you can get the hell out because we already found somebody else to do your job since you wanted to get out. And it's tough. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing. That's what people are scared about. What is my purpose again? What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be doing this? Where do I go about doing this? How do I find the resources? Resources is the biggest thing, man. Networking is a huge thing. You have to network in this life. I try to tell my son that you have to network. You have to talk to people. Me, I don't like talking to people. But if I'm able to bring them on the show and talk with what you're doing, how you doing, what you're doing, I open up easier. I open up more to be able just to talk. And ever since doing the show, it's easier for me to talk to people outside. I go outside and I go to different things, different events. I'm able to talk to them. But you get stubborn people that don't know how to carry a conversation. You're like, all right, I'm not even talking to you no more. I'm done. I can't even talk to you because you can't carry a conversation with me. So we can see, how can I assist you and how can you assist me? Because I bet you if I don't know, I know somebody that does know something, you know, which is great stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing, man. That's the biggest thing is helping people out, finding a purpose again, finding their purpose again, their drive. What do I do now? Where am I going? What am I going to do, man? Maybe they can get into acting, dude. Maybe they could be like, man, I saw Juston on the Stone Vet, man. He's writing and acting and producing now. Like he's doing things. He's got stuff out on Amazon Prime now. He's on Amazon Prime. He's getting to some film festivals. Before you know it, you're going to be one of them big names. I don't know about the big screen anymore. What's it going to be on? They're going to be on Amazon. You got to buy it. I think that's how they're doing a lot of the movie releases now, aren't they? They're going like, you can buy it on Amazon and get the movie release.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And maybe you do it like that. Maybe I don't know when they're going to open up big screen. I think once enough people get vaccinated, they'll probably start opening the country back up again.
Yeah. They need to do that.
Man, this has been great, Juston. I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed hanging out with you, being able to shoot the shit with you. I know out in Cali, you still got some time on your hands, man. It's starting to get a little bit later here. It's almost time to start cooking dinner here before too long and stuff like that, man. I've enjoyed this time we've had together, being able to sit around for a little bit, man. What you got for the people out there that want to come start following you, checking out your stuff? Where can they reach you at?
All right. Well, I'm on Instagram at Juston RG. That's R as in Romeo, G as in golf. I'm on Facebook, Juston Graber. This is my acting page. I have a YouTube channel, the Pretty Not Bad one, but you can go watch all the old sketches that were all done by myself and a couple other vets. And some USC alums. And then obviously, you know, a combat veteran. I'm on that page. Anthony Roy Productions is the website, and visit my IMDb. Yeah.
IMDb, right? You say you get people over to look at that and you'll get more visibility, right?
Oh yeah. Get my star meter up to 1.
We all gotta get a star meter, something, man. Hopefully I get enough people to watch this episode to be like, I'm going to subscribe to the Stone Vet. I'm going to IMDb to help him get his star up, man.
Yeah.
It's been great, man. I do appreciate it, man. Like I say, guys, this is our family. We're supposed to be supporting each other right here. I got Juston. He's an Army vet, man. Granted, he served in the Army, but hey, man, I mean, we all brothers and sisters. We all took that damn oath. We all raised our fucking right hand. I'll take a bullet for your ass, man. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from. I don't know your walk of life, but I'm going to take a bullet for your ass if I see somebody coming up from your 6, you know?
Thanks.
That's why I always stress it. I know you guys can't see it, but right there in them white letters right there, I know you see it whenever you come to my channel. It says it. We got your 6, man, because that's what we do. We're supposed to take care of each other. We take care of our own every day. We have to. I mean, you get lost, the days get hard, you do get lost, man. But this is why I do the show, man. So you guys feel like, oh, I feel comfortable. I got somebody here with me. I got Sergeant G here. I got Sergeant G over here. I got him in the background making some noise, being stupid as always, like he always is, man. But this is what it's about, man. It's hanging out, finding resources for each other, finding the purpose again to get each other going and getting everybody get that drive back up again, man. You know, with COVID and everything, we've been stuck at home doing our own thing and trying to get lost in our own thoughts, you know, back what happened at the war, what happened while we were serving on active duty. And it sucks, man. It does. I mean, them thoughts suck. And trust me, the VA will give you enough medication to try to sink them thoughts back, you know, and you don't want to take the only drug I recommend, cannabis. That's the only drug I recommend because it's helped me through so much, man. I mean, I know it can help a lot, but like I said, do your research and find out what it can do, man. I appreciate it, Juston. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me, shooting the shit on a Friday afternoon, Friday evening, man. Getting ready to hang out and just go enjoy the evening, man. The week's over. Hopefully you can get the weekend started off right, man. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and Juston today. Hey, just remember, hit the Stone Vet. We got your 6.
Smoke, chill, relax. It's Friday. You ain't got a job. We gon' get high today. Dark of the flesh, the deeper the